Imagine pumping out a constant stream of unique, scroll-stopping video clips for Instagram, TikTok, and every platform you care about, all without personally babysitting an editor or spending entire days inside Premiere Pro. Stick with me for just a few minutes, and I will completely reveal how you can transform your existing long-form footage into an unending flow of ready-to-post short videos, operating entirely on autopilot. A few weeks ago, I shared a workflow for automating simple static posts, and the feedback was unanimous. People immediately asked if the same efficiency could be applied to video content like TikToks and Reels. So I went back to the drawing board, iterated on the concept, and finally landed on the simplest, most reliable automation setup to handle video clipping, captioning, and cross-platform scheduling. And frankly, the absolute linchpin of the entire system is this powerful tool. If you are already producing long-form content, whether it's interviews, deep dive webinars, or educational course modules, this tool will intelligently find all the genuine good bits and transform them into viral-ready clips for you. Zero editing degree required. Here is the fundamental gist of how it works. You feed the system one long video file or an entire folder of raw recordings, and it instantly begins detecting all the high-engagement moments. The AI then automatically creates short dynamic clips, complete with custom openers, perfectly synced captions, and suggested high-impact hooks ready for your review. After you approve the selections, you simply auto-schedule everything across your various platforms based on your preset posting rules. You retain full creative control to subtly tweak the final tone, meticulously set your posting frequency, and manage the entire content pipeline within one centralized content calendar view. Honestly, the difference this makes is monumental. It's like moving from the painful process of hand slicing every single clip to having a highly specialized assistant working for you 24 hours a day. So how does this all actually function step by step? And more importantly, how do we ensure the final result feels authentically personal and not like a robotic advertisement machine? I will personally walk you through the exact sequence of actions I use every single week. And to make it even easier, I have built robust default templates so you never have to start from zero. First, the crucial step is picking your source material. This is the raw ingredient from which all your short-form content will be derived. For my own workflow, the source material is typically a 40 to 90-minute live stream recording or a full-length podcast episode from the previous week. This source material could equally be a detailed product demonstration, a recorded university lecture, or even a large batch of raw user-generated videos you've collected. The main concept is giving Vizard the entire long-form file up front and allowing the specialized software to handle the demanding, heavy lifting of content identification. If you prefer maximum automation, you can also connect a shared cloud folder like Google Drive or Dropbox to ensure that any new uploads are automatically processed without you lifting a finger. Next, you activate the AI to start finding those truly golden moments by analyzing the video for inherent markers of audience engagement, such as spikes in energy or moments of laughter. The system specifically scans for natural topic switches or points where a punchy, memorable one-liner is delivered, those moments that inherently perform well when clipped. Instead of relying on subjective guesswork about what might go viral next week, Vizard uses established heuristics to select moments that are historically short, clear, emotionally resonant, and naturally self-contained. You will inevitably receive a large bundle of suggested clips, often far exceeding the number you actually need, allowing you to quickly scan and approve only the absolute best ones. Once the clips have been intelligently selected by the AI, Vizard proceeds to auto-edit them by trimming them to the optimal short-form length and adding smooth intros or outros if you wish. Furthermore, it will automatically generate highly readable captions and even apply simple professional motion graphics or place your logo subtly in the corner. Those auto-generated captions are non-negotiable because a significant portion of users watch content with their sound completely muted, especially on platforms like Reels and Facebook feeds. Vizard's caption feature is thankfully customizable, giving you control over the overall readability, precise font size, intelligent line breaks, and the option to include engaging emojis or keep it strictly professional. Now we move into the scheduling component, which is precisely where that coveted autopilot functionality really ignites and saves you massive amounts of time. Instead of manually posting each individual clip one by one, you simply define a consistent cadence, once per day, 3 times a week, whatever fits your strategy best. Vizard's integrated auto-schedule feature will then queue all your approved clips and publish them automatically according to the frequency you have established in your settings. When you couple this scheduling feature with the visual content calendar, you gain a single, unified interface to review what is queued, easily reschedule items, or drag and drop clips to different future dates. This streamlined management system is absolutely perfect for high-volume creators who demand consistent, reliable output without getting bogged down in the tedious daily busy work of distribution. Addressing a common question head-on. Yes, you can absolutely publish directly across multiple networks, including Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook simultaneously. For those platforms that can occasionally be a little finicky, like TikTok, I still suggest a quick personal sanity check, although Vizard's outputs are already optimized for format, vertical for Reels, horizontal for standard YouTube. If your workflow requires a secondary layer of platform-specific customization, you always have the option to pipe the optimized clips into another dedicated repurposing tool for final tweaks. But truthfully, for the overwhelming majority of content creators looking for speed and efficiency, Vizard's native publishing and formatting capabilities will get you 90% of the way to a perfect post every time. Let's take a moment to compare this comprehensive approach against other tools you might have already encountered in your search for efficiency. Many apps only do one thing well, like offering transcription-only services that still force you into tedious manual clip editing or scheduling tools that completely ignore the editing process. Some editing platforms will charge you premium, expensive subscription prices just for the ability to export a handful of simple clips or lock down essential AI features behind the highest cost tiers. We have also seen services that attempt auto-clipping but consistently miss the necessary context, resulting in awkward, disjointed snippets that are unusable for your feed. Vizard, in stark contrast, focuses its energy precisely where creators need the most help, accurately picking the most meaningful moments, auto-editing them to feel native to each platform, and keeping the entire publishing process streamlined and utterly predictable. A few specific downsides I've noticed in competing automation tools include the addition of mandatory watermarks, which instantly tank the perceived professional polish of your content. Others force you into an inefficient loop where you must export the finished clip only to immediately re-upload it to a separate scheduling service, adding back all the manual steps you were trying to avoid. Then there are those supposedly amazing one-click solutions that end up delivering generic-looking clips that are completely devoid of any real recognizable personality or brand voice. Vizard's core strength lies in its ability to perfectly balance powerful automation with user-centric control, meaning you can rely on its AI picks or manually edit captions and swap thumbnails to keep everything firmly brand forward. If you are ready to move beyond theory, here is a quick demonstration of how I set up my personal template so you can replicate my exact success with minimal effort. Step 1 involves clearly naming your source files so the AI can effectively pull valuable metadata like episode names, featured guests, and core topics right from the title. Step 2 is letting Vizard analyze the entire recording, scanning for speaker energy, topic shifts, and ultimately grouping the suggested clips into categories like high-energy hooks or audience Q&A segments. For review, I recommend batch approving by quickly scanning only the thumbnail and the very first second of each clip, then approving the 10 to 15 that feel the strongest for your audience. If you truly do not want to micromanage the selection process, you can configure a simple confidence threshold, allowing the system to auto-approve any clip scoring above that predetermined mark. Step 4 is tweaking the auto-generated captions and adding a subtle call-to-action overlay, perhaps suggesting, "Want the full episode? Link is in the bio," which feels natural and conversational rather than aggressively salesy. Finally, you choose your posting frequency. For most growth-focused creators, a daily or every other day cadence provides the perfect sweet spot for channel growth without constantly spamming your existing followers. The last vital step is to monitor the results using the content calendar, closely watching analytics to see precisely which clip types generate the absolute best engagement rates. Vizard naturally learns from this ongoing feedback pattern, becoming progressively better at suggesting the specific types of moments your unique audience is demonstrably most interested in seeing. Here are a few quick pro tips to maximize your results. Always include those captions, even on very visual clips, because the silent scrolling audience segment is substantial and needs to be accounted for. For maximum shareability across platforms, aim to keep the final clip length under 30 to 45 seconds maximum. Never be afraid to repurpose the same long video multiple times, because different angles of the same conversation can yield completely different viral hits. One clip being a funny reaction, another a concise tip, and a third, an emotional story. You are effectively squeezing every single drop of tangible value and content potential out of just one single original asset. If you are currently using tools like Descript or Capwing for repurposing, you will immediately recognize the huge time savings as Vizard surfaces the highlights for you instead of you manually scrubbing the entire recording timeline. Unlike basic redistribution tools, this platform actively edits and optimizes every single clip to look perfectly native for the specific consumption method of that platform. Now, to address the concern many people have about content sounding too automated, you can absolutely maintain your authentic voice and personal creative touches within the output. You can utilize Vizard's AI to select the best clips and then simply layer in a short, on-camera introduction you record yourself, letting the smart software stitch it seamlessly into the final edit. The overarching goal of adopting this entire system is to achieve peak efficiency in your workflow, not to become a faceless entity that loses its unique connection with its audience. Fundamentally, automation should never replace your creativity. Instead, its purpose is to powerfully amplify what you are already capable of producing every single week. Vizard specifically helps you reclaim your focus for the high-value creative decisions, like which narrative to highlight or which specific messaging to push, while removing the massive time sink of slicing and scheduling dozens of clips weekly. If you are ready for a professional system that can effortlessly turn one high-quality recording into several weeks' worth of consistent daily content, then this is unequivocally the best path forward for you right now. As an added bonus, I have even set up a couple of specialized default templates, one optimized for interview-style episodes and another for solo host educational videos that you can import immediately. These ready-to-use templates comprehensively cover my recommended clip lengths, caption styles, and posting cadences, so you don't have to start from scratch guessing. Just try it with one long recording, approve just a handful of clips, schedule them out, and watch your channel finally look alive with activity. If this breakdown was helpful, let me know in the comments what kind of content you make so I can point you to the perfect matching template. And if you want a deeper dive into multi-platform distribution and avoiding watermarks, I have another video dedicated just to that advanced setup.